What's up, guys? I'm Alex.
I'm Jason. We're the Table Monkeys, and this is Table Talks episode 13. So we had the Hamilton Arm Cats come out and join us for practice.
Arm cats.
Yeah, the fierce Arm Cats come out and join us, and it was a good practice. And we're outside in the backyard again.
40-degree weather.
40-degree weather. The table gets hot. The sun is nice. It's enjoyable, but by the end of practice, it is a little obnoxious. So hopefully this is the last time we have to practice outside.
Why
Maybe
not?
not, because the gyms are open again.
Yes.
We have Fortis back.
The heavens have opened.
Yeah, it really
It's light.
Yeah, it feels so good to be back in a real gym. It's just crazy.
Yeah, it truly is like the escape that we've all been looking for.
Yeah, it's like before the quarantine, it was like the place you went to like be yourself, you know, and like where it was like comfortable to just get away from what you said,
life,
from life and everything. And now it's like that times 10. Like it just feels so amazing to be in there. And then as far as the work you can do,
Oh man, like for the last 5-6 months, we've been doing just band work and some exercises and arm wrestling, but it's just not the same. Like now we have so many options.
And they all make a difference. Like you understand now why people train with so many different options, you know, because they really all have a different effect, you know.
And real weight is just
nothing like
immense,
real weight.
yeah.
There's nothing like real weight. And having the real weight again, and having the equipment that we have, like the hammer.
So if you saw our last video, that machine where we were showing die sets on that.
It's just the best. It's just the best piece of equipment. So yeah, and it's good timing for you because you're starting the accumulation phase, right? For your match with Burhan. It's going to be in September
19th. Yes. So I'm just hopped on an accumulation phase now where I'm trying to rack up the volume and focus more on hypertrophy for now.
And it's like since you have the real gym, you're gonna get back to doing more like conventional lifts and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be more general strength work, and I have my arm wrestling specific work that I'm doing outside of the gym as well as in arm wrestling practice.
Right.
So I've got a couple morning and night. I'm doing hand vector circuits, and then during the day, 4 days a week, I'm gonna go to the gym and do more general strength work, compound lifts, full range of motion.
So. And you split that like upper lower kind of?
Yeah, it's basically upper lower and high volume, more volume day and then more of a heavy day.
Yeah.
But yeah, lots more, definitely way more upper.
Upper stuff, yeah.
One squat and one deadlift a week. That's the only lower I'm doing.
Yeah. And then you're focusing. What's your upper body focus?
Definitely overhead press.
Right?
Yeah. Overhead press has been always so terrible that I think if I can really drive that up, it's going to make a huge difference on the table.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We both agree that overhead press is key. Once I get back from having my hernia fixed, I'm definitely going to chase that overhead too. So
yeah, we're both going to do a little body weight.
Yeah, we'll see who can get the body weight first. Not going to put any money on it, but we're both gonna try to get to a body weight overhead press. I think that's definitely a valuable attribute to have on the table, you know. If you're that strong, if you're strong enough to push your own body weight over your head, it's gonna translate on the table, I think.
Oh yeah, I mean,
yeah, for sure.
The shoulder's just gonna be so huge that my arm's not gonna be able to go outside of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's always helpful.
Yeah,
and then what else
you
doing? You said you're gonna do lots of pull-ups too.
Yeah, I want to work my way up to a one-handed chin up.
Yeah.
But for now, it's just gonna be neutral grip chin ups and try to put some weight on that and
you're gonna do it like by adding weight and then do two-handed weighted.
Yeah, so I'll start. So I'm two-handed body weight right now. I'll start adding weight and get that up to maybe 25% plus of my body weight.
Yeah,
and then start adding in some static holds with the one arm
or eccentrics maybe.
Yeah,
like start at the top and just go down slowly.
Yeah, exactly. And slowly make my way there.
Yeah,
because that's another thing that's going to be so key for the table.
Yeah, you see a lot of the best guys can do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I think one of the most impressive is seeing when Alexia Vovoda does it like on that kettlebell with like his hand cupped over it. It's just like a crazy, he's got like, so it's a super fat like handle that he's got to hang on to, and he's just like sitting there at 275 pounds, like hanging on. It's freaking
fucking
amazing.
Nuts, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'll get lean enough to do one arm, but that'll be just being able to do pull-ups right now is pretty awesome. That's something I've never like been able to do, you know. So
And you're at 325 pounds right now.
Yeah, and the other day I, like, from a dead hang, was able to go all the way up for a full pull-up, like, easy.
Yeah.
And I could have done a few of them. Obviously I didn't, because I'm getting ready for my goddamn round robins that are coming up with these beasts.
Hopefully you get to the super match.
Yeah, hopefully I get to the super match. Let's see, maybe I'm left, but
so you're nearing the end of your
3 days
peak.
out. 3 days out of my 3-week peak.
Yeah. So how did this peak differ from
This peak
you
was
and Curtis?
way better than the one I had for Curtis. So the one I had for Curtis, I got a little messed up and ended up not being able to do any real specific training for like 3 weeks before.
Yeah.
And so I was helping somebody out with a job, and it ended up being a lot of like just labor work, moving steel and stuff with my hands. So it was like basically doing a light arm wrestling workout all day with awkward pieces of metal, and so I wasn't doing any training when I got home. And
But in your head, you're like, this is kind of a good idea.
yeah, I was like, this might work, right?
Yeah.
Like because like I won't train and then I'll still recover, but it's like I'm doing recovery work all day.
And all arm wrestlers do manual labor. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and most arm wrestlers work this kind of job, so it's probably going to have benefit. But the fact of the matter is that kind of job is only going to have benefit after like months or years of accumulating up that like the adaptation.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like my body spent 3 weeks now adapting to this new job. As I then went in and unadapting to arm wrestling. So as soon as I got back to Fortis, I said it. I told Sean, who's the owner of Fortis, I told him what happened, and he was like, honestly, that's like if you were an MMA fighter and you spent 6 months getting ready for a fight, and then 3 weeks before the fight you decided to play lacrosse like every day instead of doing your fight training. It's like you get to the fight and you forget how to throw a punch and throw a kick, and everything gets fucked up. And that's what it was. It definitely showed the importance of specificity.
Okay, so what have you been doing these past 3 weeks?
The complete opposite of that. So now I've done basically I had my match with Curtis, and then I spent a week doing almost nothing, just recovering, like even light recovery work, because I was pretty beat up from that match. And then had a good pulling session with Yannick and Adir and Dustin Houghton, so some good pullers, and two of the guys, Yannick and Adir, are both in the round robin. And they were, I was not moving them, they were kicking my ass, but I was feeling, pretty beat up, so I'm not worried about that. We'll see how things go. But point was, that was the last time I pulled really hard. That was 3 weeks out, and then for the last 3 weeks I've just done either a recovery day or a technique day or a rest day. So it's basically just been that 3-day rotation. So it's recovery, technique, rest. Recovery days consist of lots of volume with your main, like, cup, roll, rise, vectors, some supination, and then some tricep stuff, some shoulder stuff. And then my technique days are like back pressure, pin
on the
lanes,
table,
right on the table, like working the pad and working certain lanes and stuff. And then same idea, like lighter weight, more reps. And I've just been running that and just trying to get as fresh as possible. And I'd say like 10 days out, my arms started to feel like fresh and ready to go. And I think it was like eight days out that I did that pull up just to see like how I was feeling without like pushing it too far. And I feel stronger today than I did that day, and that was an easy pull up. So
you're saying you're feeling pretty strong,
I'm feeling very strong.
Yeah.
I don't know where that's going to match up, because this field is ridiculous. Like we've said it in a few videos. I'll go through it again. If you know the arm wrestlers in Ontario, some of these guys like Evan Bourgogne is pulling on the left and right arm, but on left arm he's ranked number 2 in Ontario, right behind Devin. Like, he's a beast. I've been told his endurance may not be like his strongest suit, so like I don't have to face him till round 6. So hopefully by then he's a little beat up,
6
or
beers
more
deep.
beat up than I am beat up, like 60 beers deep. No offense, I love you, bud. But anyway, he's ridiculous. That's like probably the top end of the left arm, and then there's still Curtis and Rick and Bill. So Bill Cameron, Curtis Cameron, Rick Heidbrecht, Tyler Robinson, and then Louis Bessard and Adir. And Adir is new, but his left is beastly. So that's the left arm. It's all crazy competition, and it's left arm first. I like that it's left arm first, because left is my dominant arm, so it gives me, like, hopefully it'll give me some confidence, maybe.
And they're doing WL rules, right?
Yeah, the WL rules I hope work
And
in
the
my favor.
WL
So
pad.
yeah, WL pad, WL pin pad, so it's a lower pin pad.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so that which is
Ooh, wow, I didn't realize it was a lower pin pad.
yeah, the WL is a little lower
shit.
pin pad, so that's why it's more King's movable.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
King's movable.
Yeah, King's movable.
Interesting.
Yeah, so, and then I mean, I feel comfy in a ref's grip. I know we don't practice it very often, but I practice it when I do my dry runs, and I visualize it a lot. So I hope I'm okay in it. We'll see how it goes. But either
Confidence
way,
level
I'm
is-
confident.
yeah.
I'm confident about the strat with most people. Even with Curtis on the left, I know that. But with the WL pad and the lower pin pad, I think left
Last
arm
time when
was
you
going to
took
be
his hand, you
yeah.
elbow fell because your elbow was off the back of the pad.
Yeah,
but
which
if you're
won't
on the
happen.
WL
Yeah,
pad,
I would have been just sitting pretty right there, like
Yeah.
feeling comfy. So, I don't know. Left, I am feeling pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not coming in saying I'm gonna win, but I'm definitely coming in going for it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
You want that money.
Yeah, I want that money for sure. But so does everybody, and it's a ridiculously dense field. Like it's just, and everybody has to pull everybody.
Yep.
So there's an opportunity, and matches make or styles make matches. So there's a lot of opportunity for grueling battles between people, and a lot of the guys that I'm worried about have battles with each other, and they battle like they like to battle inside or battle on a hook in areas that hopefully if they beat themselves
Yep.
up, it's going to make it hard for them to
Yep.
get through the
and your
Kings.
endurance is one of the things that may give you the edge here.
I train my ass off,
Yeah.
and I pull for hours multiple times a week. Like I think endurance is in my favor. Like, so I'm thinking the last 3 rounds I might be a lot more dangerous than the first 3 rounds.
Yeah.
So if I can come out of the first few rounds with a couple wins, I'm in a good position, I think, to make the super match. And I think if I make the super match, whoever else is there is probably beat up too. So at that point, I mean, who the fuck knows? But I mean, again, with this field, if I get a couple wins at all, I'm ecstatic.
Of course.
If I make it to the finals, I'm like beyond all expectations. If I were to win this thing, I mean, what the fuck? Like, I don't like. There's
WL.
yeah.
What's up?
Yeah. No, it's not. There's I got a lot of work to do before I'm anywhere near that. But this is a long tournament. It's not like going a super match with any of these guys would be different than this tournament with any of these guys, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a crazy field,
And that's why like Evan is ranked number 1 on left, but it's so hard to say that he is for sure gonna win because
Even
there's so
he
many
said that. Even
possibilities.
when we were talking WAL rules, he was like, well, fuck, guys, let's make like WL is made to make the matches longer. I have to pull all of you guys. You're all good, and I have a match in 3 weeks after that. Like I don't want my arms to be so fucked that I can't pull for my next match. Right?
I didn't know he had another match.
Yeah, he has another somewhere out, like it's another big one. But he's pretty confident he can win that one,
Yeah.
and it's not for as much money as this one. So he still would, he wants to win this one, but he doesn't want to ruin his arm, so he can't win that one too. But the point is that even he's like concerned, like, fuck, man, this is gonna be a battle of attrition. Like
Yeah.
we're all gonna get beat up. There's no way that by round 3 there's that we're not all like.
And everyone's got different
feeling-
styles and
Yeah.
pulls differently, so you're
Yeah.
gonna get hit from every angle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's going to be intense. I mean, that's the biggest reason I'm excited to do it, is just to get a chance to pull against all these guys. Like, that's how you learn. I don't care if I go 0-7 on both arms. I'm going to learn something every single match. I'm going to learn something that I wouldn't learn without having that match. You know, like that's the point. So it's worth it. Just being a part of the fucking chat room is worth the fucking entry fee at this point, but because it's so hilarious. But no, just getting an opportunity to actually grip up with a ref with each one of these guys and get an honest pull is gonna be huge.
lesson.
Huge. And basically after this is my last one. After this, I'm gonna go back under the knife and get this fucking watermelon-sized hernia fixed, and
You start it all again.
and then start back at a huge accumulation phase that will end sometime next summer for my first match back, which hopefully we'll see if things are different. Maybe it's the Ottawa Open or something
Yeah.
like that.
That's the end of the video.
That is the end of the video.
Hope you liked it.
If you did, like the video and leave feedback in the comments section.
And subscribe for new videos each week.
Monkeys out.
Peace.
Peace.